Spike Jonze's latest film, Her, is a romantic movie about love and loss. But the twist is that the protagonist is in love with his computer operating system. So I guess that means that Scarlett Johansson is like HAL 9000 if he were a woman and didn't have quite as many control issues. So Her obviously has quite an unconventional quality to it, plot-wise, but to me, there's so much more going on underneath it, which is why I think I got so much out of it. It takes the formula of a love story, the three-act structure that we've all seen 100 times, and it uses it to ask these very looming questions about our modern world, about the digital age, artificial intelligence, and how that presence just seems to be growing more and more. The movie is also a very human story, though, which I found quite refreshing because it questions what love is, what people really want in life, what existence means, and it uses all of these ideas in a way that allows them to evolve slowly as the film progresses. In the beginning of the film, the idea of isolation becomes very apparent, even just from the very first shot and just in terms of the imagery and the look of the film. You know, you see pedestrians walking past each other, all these strangers, and you see a modern world that is very hipster, and it has these pastel colors that are actually quite beautiful. The kind of a soft focus that kind of makes it look like there are these cybernetic barriers that are just kind of becoming more and more omnipresent. But I think, to me, the most powerful idea I got in the first third of the film was how we look at these people that we don't even know and we project onto them all of these ideas that society and the media has given us. We project those ideas onto people and we form our own perceptions of them. And that is something that kind of becomes interwoven throughout the film in a way that's really deep. At the beginning of the movie, when he starts to become kind of infatuated with the operating system, Samantha is her name, and he starts to fall in love, and he's giddy, and he's running, and he's laughing, but it looks like he's, doing all this with himself. So, I mean, if you were just some random person on the street, you'd look at him and be like, what person let him escape from Arkham Asylum? But what I think was really cool was how, yes, he's in love with her and he realizes that she isn't real, but that's okay. Maybe she is just a projection of reality, but that's something that we've all grown so accustomed to. And that's part of us. That's kind of how we operate in the world. So he just decides, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm just going to be in love and not care what other people think. Now, the third act, I think, is where it really becomes interesting because it becomes less about the love story. I mean, the love story is still there, but the movie becomes more about the digital world. It starts questioning kind of what it is because really not many of us know. Is it progressing so much faster than us, and is it leaving us in the dirt? Is it part of some cosmic dimension that we will never understand or even come close to understanding? So it's very metaphysical. Some might see this film as a conventional love story, but with a very bizarre twist. I didn't get that at all. To me, this movie is very evocative and just alive with so many great, great ideas. And to me, it's an artistic triumph. And it captures so much of humanity. Yes, it is about the artificial intelligence and how it's affecting us, but it's a very human story and it's got a human touch to it, which I appreciated. It's not sterile at all. It's, it captures all those facets of emotions, our needs, our desires, our sadness, the joy, just everything in a way that, as I said, is just vital and strong. And, a lot of times when you watch these kinds of movies that deal with technology, they're often quite judgmental and they act superior, saying like, this is what you're becoming. I don't think that this movie's doing that. You do see, ideas of that here and there, of our isolation from society, of how that's becoming. It's starting to evolve, that idea. But I think it's also showing us how how wonderful questions are, and how wonderful it is just to feel something special with somebody else, even if that person isn't real. And it's about humanity and how precious we really are, even though we may just be a speck in a universe. Who knows? But those ideas to me are very strong and, riveting. And I recommend this movie to all people. Even if you're not really into kind of artsy type cinema, you can just enjoy the film, even just on the basis of the love story, because it's wonderful. The acting is wonderful. It's all wonderful. So go see it. That's my review. If you would like, please comment and let me know what you thought about the movie. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, the link is below. And thank you all for listening.